ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Okay, good morning everybody. So in the previous class we discussed about graphs, displacement time graph, velocity time graph. So in velocity time graph we discussed two conditions. Three conditions. Body is at rest, body moving with uniform velocity, next body moving with acceleration, uniform acceleration. Body moves with uniform acceleration. In that situation, body moves with uniform acceleration situation. What is the situation? It is slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration, area under velocity time graph gives displacement. We discussed about two conditions. We discussed about that's area under velocity time graph gives area under velocity time graph gives displacement, slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration. So now here, for example, I am considering it is velocity time graph. Here this is the origin, O is the origin. For example, if the body starts from rest, initial velocity must be 0. So that's why the graph starts from this position and the straight line passing through origin. When the situation, if the body starts from rest and moves with uniform acceleration, in that situation it is. For example, if the body starts with certain initial velocity, instead of the body starts from rest, if the body starts with certain initial velocity and moves with uniform acceleration, body starts with certain initial velocity and moves with uniform acceleration. So this is the initial velocity. At the start of the time, the body having certain initial velocity, so and moves with uniform acceleration. This is the shape of the graph. So in this situation we can calculate displacement and acceleration. How can you calculate displacement and acceleration? Area gives displacement, slope gives acceleration. Now, so this is the shape of the graph. After certain time, let us say its velocity be v, final velocity is v. Body starts with certain initial velocity and it is moving with uniform acceleration. That means velocity of the body goes on increases. The shape of the graph is like this. I am considering after certain time its velocity is v. Now let us say, so this is the condition here. So this is u and this total is v. So what about this one? V minus u. So this is u and this total is v. The remaining thing is v minus u. So first we have to calculate slope of the graph. Slope means slope can be written as dy by dx or y component by x component. So graph starts from this position and like this. So like this, for this, here the y component is v minus u. So here the graph starts from this position and this is the shape of the graph. For this shape we have to calculate slope. So for this shape the slope is y component by x component. What is y component here? V minus u. For this graph it starts from this position. If it starts from this position, this total is y component. But the graph starts from this position. So this is the shape of the graph. For this shape the y component is here v minus u divided by x component is t. But we know slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration. Slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration. So from this, therefore acceleration can be written as v minus u by t. So from this at is equals to v minus u, therefore v is equals to u plus at. First equation of motion. Derivation of first equation of motion by using graphical method. Derivation of first equation of motion by using graphical method. This is the thing. Here it is the graph. Why we are considering from this position? Because the body starts with certain initial velocity and it moves with uniform acceleration. So the shape of the graph is like this. This is u. After certain time the velocity of the body is v. So this is v. So this is the v. So remaining thing is v minus u. That's why acceleration is equals to v minus u. So from this, why it is acceleration? We know this. Slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration. Slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration. That's why a is equals to v minus u by t. At is equals to v minus u. V equals to u plus at. That is graphical derivation. Next, one more point. What is that? Area under velocity time graph gives displacement. Area under velocity time graph gives displacement. Area. So this is the graph. Under this graph, this total is the area. Total graph under this area. So this is the shape of the graph. Under this graph we have to calculate total area. What are the shapes we have? Here we have one triangle shape and one rectangle shape. The given second condition is area under velocity time graph gives displacement. Area under velocity time graph gives displacement. That is the actual procedure. So what is the area? So this is the shape graph. This is the shape of the graph. Under this graph the total area. So under this graph what is the shape? For example, we don't know this. So directly, so this is the shape. The total area under this graph. This total area. What is the shape here? What is the shape? We don't know the shape exactly. How can you calculate this area? For that purpose, here I am considering it is divided into two parts. One is triangle, another one is rectangle. This is triangle and it is rectangle. So first displacement. So displacement is equals to, what are that? Area of triangle plus area of rectangle. Area of the triangle plus area of the rectangle, because area under velocity time graph gives displacement. In that, S is equals to area of the triangle plus area of the rectangle. So S is equals to area of the triangle. So this position is V minus U. So the triangle, area of the triangle formula, half into base into height. Area of the triangle is half into base into height. Area of the rectangle, so simply base into height or length into breadth, whatever it is. Base into height or length into breadth, whatever it is. So S is equals to half into, what is the base here? In case of this is the triangle, forget about this. This is the triangle. In this triangle, what is the base? Base is nothing but x-axis. What is x-axis? Time. Sorry. Time. Into. What is the height? This is the triangle. In this triangle, what is the height here? V minus u. V minus u. So, plus. In case of rectangle, forget about the triangle. Here this is the only rectangle. In this rectangle, what is the base? Time. What is the height? U. This is u and this is also u. So, base is t and height is u. See here. So, this is the base and this is the height for the rectangle. So, from this S is equals to half t into, so from this V minus u can be written as, here V minus u can be written as AT plus UT. So, from this S is equals to half AT square plus UT. So, S is equals to UT plus half AT square. S equals to UT plus half AT square. This is the graphical derivation of equations of motion, kinematical equations. First equation V equals to U plus AT, second equation S equals to UT plus half AT square. How can we derive these? How can we derive these? Just by using single graph. What is that? Velocity time graph. In that, what we are considering, here the body starts with certain initial velocity. So, that is why here the graph starts from here. So, and it moving with uniform acceleration. So, this is the shape of the graph. So, slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration. So, based on this acceleration, slope means this is the shape, this is the graph. For this graph, we have to find out the slope. Y component by x component. What is y component? V minus u. X component is time. So, based on this, we calculated V is equals to u plus AT. Next condition, area under velocity time graph gives displacement. Area, how many shapes here? One is triangle, one is rectangle. Area of the triangle plus area of the rectangle. Area of the triangle half into base into height. Area of the rectangle base into height. That is all. This is the graphical derivation of kinematical equations based on velocity time graph. Next. Next condition. Next graph is for if the body projected upwards and finally the body reaches to the ground, and finally the body reaches to the ground. And finally the body reaches to the ground. So, based on this, draw velocity time graph for this situation. Body projected upwards and finally the body reaches to the ground. We have to draw velocity time graph here. So, this is velocity and this is time. Velocity and time. So, how can we draw this graph? Body projected upwards and finally the body reaches to the ground. At the time of projection, velocity of the body is maximum. At the time of projection, velocity of the body is maximum. So, at the starting of the time, if the time equals to 0, see here, if the body projected upwards with maximum velocity, on reaching the top, velocity becomes 0. So, while moving upwards, body moving with decreasing velocity. That means with increase in time, velocity decreases. Time increases, velocity decreases. Here you at this position, how can you draw the graph means 0 comma u, x component is t, y component is velocity. That's why at the start of the time, at the start of the motion, time is 0, but the body having maximum velocity. Time increases, velocity decreases. 2, velocity decreases. 3, velocity decreases. Let us say after 4 seconds it reaches to the maximum height. So that means time increases, velocity decreases. That is the shape of the graph. Now we have to draw this. If the time increases, velocity gradually decreases. So first time 0, velocity is maximum. Next time increases, velocity decreases. Like this. Time increases, velocity decreases. So this is the shape of the graph. If the time increases, velocity gradually decreases. So if you draw this, so let us say this is the shape of the graph. Shape of the graph. This is the shape for body projected upwards and reaches to maximum height. Body projected upwards and reaches to maximum height. Again the body moving downwards. From maximum height onwards, the body moving downwards. While the body moving downwards, velocity gradually increases again. Velocity gradually increases again. So that is the situation. How can you draw this? Initially, if we are projecting the body, velocity is maximum. While the body moving upwards, velocity decreases and finally becomes 0. Velocity becomes 0. Where the velocity becomes 0? At maximum height, velocity becomes 0. Again the body moving downwards. Again the body moving downwards. So that means velocity gradually increases. Body moving downwards, velocity gradually increases. Finally at maximum height, velocity becomes 0. While the body moving downwards again, the velocity gradually increases and reaches to maximum. Where? On reaching the ground. So this is the shape of the graph. Is it correct or wrong? So this is absolutely wrong. The shape of the graph is while moving downwards. So this is the shape of the graph. While the body moving upwards, velocity decreases and reaches to 0. Again it moving upward, again it moving downwards. Why don't we draw the graph like this? Why we are drawing this one? Which one is correct in this? Exactly means. So in these two, so from here to here the graph is very much correct, no doubt about that. Because the body moving upwards, starting from maximum velocity and velocity decreases and finally 0 at maximum height. Again while moving downwards, velocity increases. Velocity increases means from 0 to this one, velocity increases. Actually this is the possible graph now. But why this graph comes into the scenario? Which one is correct here means this is the exactly correct one. This is wrong one. What is the reason means? Velocity. We are mentioning the velocity. Velocity is the vector quantity. While moving upwards, if we consider it is positive, while moving downwards it is negative. Vector quantity. Vector means it must have both magnitude and direction. So magnitude and direction means it is a vector. Vector is not same in all possible directions. In different directions, of course its magnitude same, but direction must be changes. In the forward direction if it is positive, in the reverse direction it must be negative. In the same way, while the body moving upwards, velocity is positive, but while the body moving downwards, velocity is negative, because it is the velocity, it is a vector quantity. So that's why upward direction positive, downward direction is negative. That's why we must draw the graph like this. This is not the possible graph. This is wrong. This is right. So this is the velocity time graph. Next, one more possibility is, one more possibilities in this situation in the given problems are like that. For example, if they mention, let us say displacement time graph. If the displacement time graph is this one, displacement time graph is this one, how can you find out the velocity time graph for the same situation? Just they mention displacement time graph like this. How can you represent the same graph in terms of velocity time graph? So they may give options. Let us say the options are, so this one, this one, this one, this one. Let us say first option, second option, third option, fourth option. So these are velocity time graphs. Velocity time graphs. So which one is correct in this? So this is the graph mentioned in the problem. If the displacement time graph, the shape of the displacement time graph is given like this. How can you represent the same graph in terms of velocity time graph? How can you represent the shape in terms of velocity time graph? That is the question. And these are the possible options. How can you draw that? How can you draw this? First we have to understand the situation. Displacement time graph. Displacement time graph. The graph passing through the origin, straight line passing through the origin. In what situation the straight line passing through origin exists? Under what situation this condition exists? In which situation? This is if the body moves with uniform velocity. If the body moves with uniform velocity, then displacement time graph exists, and that is passing through the origin. That is important. Displacement time graph exists and it is passes through the origin. That's important. So that's a situation. The same situation. What is the situation? Body moves with uniform velocity. So the same situation we can check in velocity time graph. Which condition is possible? Body moves with uniform velocity. Uniform velocity means the time increases but velocity remains constant. Velocity remains constant. Whatever it may be the increase in time, velocity does not changes. That is the possible option. So this option is for body moves with acceleration, body moves with retardation. In velocity time graph, this graph does not exist. In this situation, this graph does not exist. So the possibility is this one. So first we have to understand what is the given condition. This is the displacement time graph mentioned. What is the shape of the graph? Straight line passing through origin. Straight line passing through origin. In which situation this graph exists? Body moves with uniform velocity. Let us check that. And what is the possible condition? Body moves with uniform velocity. This is acceleration, this is retardation, and this shape does not exist. So the remaining possibility is this one. That's why. So one graph can be represented in different ways like that. So next condition. See here, if the body starts from rest, moves with uniform acceleration, body starts from rest, moves with uniform acceleration alpha for some time, and with retardation beta retardation beta for some time. Finally comes to rest. Finally comes to rest. Let T be the total time travel. T be the total time travel. Find maximum velocity and displacement. Find the maximum velocity and displacement. That's where to calculate. So this is the question. So this, how can we do this? By using graphical method we can do this. By using graphical method we can do this, or by direct method we can do this. First we can follow the graphical method. For example, if the graph mentioned, of course here the question will be like that. If the graph mentioned in the problem, we can follow the graphical method. Otherwise we can do in a direct method also. So how can we draw the graph for this? So solution. So velocity time graph. If the body starts from rest, so the graph must be start from this position. Moves with uniform acceleration alpha. What is the shape of the velocity time graph for the body moves with uniform acceleration? So this is the shape of the graph. Body moves with uniform acceleration. The shape of the graph will be like that. Straight line passes through the origin. So alpha is the uniform acceleration. Next, velocity time graph. Body moves with retardation. Body moves with retardation is like this. This is the shape of the graph. Body moves with retardation. Shape of the graph, body moves with retardation. And finally the body comes to rest. These are the two different graphs. This is alpha and it is beta. Body moves with acceleration and body moves with retardation. If we combine these two graphs, the shape of the graph will be, here it is like this, beta. Alpha is the uniform acceleration and beta is the uniform retardation. So if you draw the separate graphs, but if you combine those two, this will be the shape. So in this is V maximum, maximum velocity. So during this motion, the maximum velocity attained by the body is V maximum here. Now we have to find out this maximum velocity here. Now we have to find out this maximum velocity. How can you find out this maximum velocity? That is important here. See here, for example, the total time travelled is given as T. Let T be the total time travelled. Let T be the total time travel. So let us say I am considering T1 be the time taken to travel with alpha, T1 be the time taken to travel with uniform acceleration, and T2 be the time taken to travel with uniform retardation. So that means here T is equals to T1 plus T2. T is equals to T1 plus T2. T is equals to T1 plus T2. So here T is equals to T1 plus T2. Now in this situation we have to find out first V maximum. How can we calculate C? So let us say it is the first shape and it is the second shape. See here, for first graph, what we have to calculate here? For first graph, what we have to calculate? We calculate V maximum. For first graph, slope we can find out. For first graph, slope of graph gives what? Slope of the graph gives acceleration. Slope of the graph gives acceleration. So slope can be written as y. So for velocity and time graph, slope gives what? Acceleration. Slope gives acceleration. That's why slope of the graph gives acceleration. Slope can be written as y component by x component. So that is v maximum by t1. So from this t1 equals to v maximum by alpha. Next for second graph, again slope gives acceleration. So slope is equals to here y component. So minus v max by t2, because it is moving with the decreasing velocity. So minus beta is equals to v max by t2. Why it is minus? Slope gives acceleration, but here the body moves with retardation or deceleration. Retardation or deceleration is nothing but negative acceleration. Retardation or deceleration is nothing but negative acceleration. So that is the negative acceleration. So minus cancel. Why v maximum is negative? Here increasing velocity means we are considering v maximum is positive, but here decreasing velocity negative. So that is beta is equals to v maximum by t2. So from this t2 is equals to v maximum by beta. T2 is equals to v maximum by beta. So we are calculating the slopes of the two graphs. Slope of the first graph gives alpha, slope of the second graph gives beta. So for both y component by x component, here y component is v maximum, x component is t1. Here also y component is v maximum, x component is t2. But here we know t is equals to t1 plus t2. Total time taken be the t. The t be the total time taken. So t is equals to t1 plus t2. So t is equals to t1 means v maximum by alpha, t2 means v maximum by beta. So t is equals to alpha beta LCM, v maximum common, so beta plus alpha. So LCM is alpha beta, here v maximum common, alpha here, that's why we got beta here, that's why we got alpha. So therefore from this we calculate v maximum is equals to alpha beta by alpha plus beta into t. V maximum is equals to alpha beta by alpha plus beta into t. This is the maximum possible acceleration in this situation. So for the first graph slope, for the second graph slope, and finally we got t is equals to t1 plus t2, because from here to here the total time is mentioned is t, but for our convenience, for the first part the time is considered as t2, for the second part the time is considered as, for the first part it is t1, for the second part it is t2, total time is t1 plus t2. So based on that we calculated v maximum equals to alpha beta by alpha plus beta into t, that is the maximum velocity in this situation. We calculated maximum velocity. Next, what we have to calculate? Displacement. Displacement we have to calculate. See here. So here we got v maximum is equals to alpha beta by alpha plus beta into t. So displacement, how can you calculate displacement? So according to the condition, area under velocity time graph gives displacement. According to the given situation, Area under this is the velocity time graph only. Area under velocity time graph gives displacement. Area under velocity time graph gives is displacement. Now, in this situation, first two graphs here also. Displacement is equals to area of first graph plus area of second graph. So, what is the area of the first graph? Half into base into height. Half into base into height. What is the base? T1. Height is Vmax plus this is also half into base into height. What is the base here? T2 plus height is again Vmax. See here, this is the first graph. Forget about that. Forget about this. This is the first graph, triangle shape, half into base into height. Base is T1, height is Vmax. So next come to this graph. This is also triangle shape, half into base into height. Base is T2, height is again Vmax. So here Vmax by 2 common, here T1 plus T2. Here 1 by 2 Vmax, here also 1 by 2 Vmax. Vmax by 2 common in these situations. Vmax by 2 into T1 plus T2. So that is V maximum by 2 into T1 plus T2 is T. So displacement is equals to half into what is the V maximum we got? Alpha beta by alpha plus beta into T. Again into T. So therefore displacement is equals to half alpha beta by alpha plus beta into T square. S equals to half into alpha beta by alpha plus beta into T square. This is the displacement. So this is the maximum velocity, Vmax equals to alpha beta by alpha plus beta into T, and displacement is equals to half into alpha beta by alpha plus beta into T square. So how can you calculate displacement in the sense? Area under velocity time graph gives displacement. So this is the area. Area of the first graph plus area of the second graph. Area first graph, triangle shape, half into base into height. Next also half into base into height. So here V maximum by 2 common, T1 plus T2. But here T1 plus T2 is nothing but T. So that is the displacement. So this is by maximum velocity and this is the displacement. So this is one condition for this. So next. Okay.